S'mores, and tonight we're going to kick off round 2 of the playoffs for the Checker Flag Racing League. Tonight we're going to be racing around Road America for, I believe it's 25 laps, I believe, for tonight's race. It's going to be, a lap counter might not be a problem, but the time it takes around the track, that's going to take a little bit, with a little over 2 minutes a lap. So with me tonight, as we got invited to join the lobby, with me tonight is Darth Kylo tonight. How you doing, Kylo?
I'm doing great, S'mores, and long time no see.
And what are your thoughts tonight's race for Road America?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really kept up with the Cup Series all that much since I kind of departed that series after Charlotte. But all I can say is, you know, things are starting to heat up. That's all I know.
Well, we just had, last week was Michigan, which it came down to a nail biter come to the Checker Flag with teammates JB and Tegan. And Tegan said he let him have that one. He thought about sending it into the last corner, but he thought better of it. He backed out of the gas and let the 41 take the Checker Flag, with Tegan finishing second, who was coming on some 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles coming to the Checker. Are we ready to join the lobby yet?
I haven't really gotten any, well, I've been getting a lot of invites, but I haven't heard anything from them on when we can actually join.
Okay. Excuse me. So, I've been watching these races the past 3. This is the 3rd week, so it's the 3rd race I've been watching. And the first one was Dover, and it really didn't. It wasn't surprising. Bradley dominating, and he unfortunately lost on strategy to Weasel there at the end, with Tegan finishing second. Bradley had the best car, finishing third. And like I mentioned, checked out last week's race in Michigan with nail biter finish and Bradley blowing a tire coming to the white flag, with him and Mike getting involved. So that was a crazy finish as well. So for tonight's race of Road America, it's personally one of my more favorite road courses on the schedule. I love Road America, just having those long straightaways and those technical corners. I just really love those types of tracks compared to Sonoma, which I don't like so much. But who you got your eyes on tonight for Road America?
Well, really, road courses are kind of like flight tracks for me. Like, anybody can win these. But if I were to keep my eye on somebody tonight, it would definitely be, you know, some of the faster guys like Tegan, Mike, and Bradley. But with NSP on the pole, he showed some great speed, and I think he's got a chance tonight as well.
Yeah, he laid down a barn burner of a lap. And we take a look at the starting lineup real quick. Row 1, you got the 22 NSP, the 41 JB. Row 2, you got the 88 of Bradley, the 9 of Mike. Row 3, you got the 8 of Spencer, the 12 of Harris. Row 4, you got the 4 of Tegan, the 18 of Incog. And running out of the field is the 14 of Ryan and the 10 of Badfast. And the NSP had a great lap, about, I'd say, a little over half a second faster, about 6-7 of a second faster. So for a road course, that's huge.
Yeah, especially one as big as Road America.
Biggest road course on the schedule. I believe we can join now. Yep, we can join, and it is 25 laps.
All right.
So,
all right,
these 25 laps are going to be pretty well. It's lengthy, but it's probably going to go by so fast. As we get loaded up in here. I got my eyes on JB in the 41 because from what I'm hearing, Road America is his track. Like no one has since he's joined. He's been basically untouchable here at the track. So I got my eye on that 41 car tonight.
Well, I totally agree with you there. He's showing some pretty quick speed as well.
As they make their way up the hill, come to the start-finish line into the restart zone. And the green flag is, I believe, in the air now. They wait to the start finish line to get going. The fan out going into turn 1.
And JB already out to the lead, but he went wide there, and that allowed NSP to take it back.
Oh, there's a wreck in the back. I believe that was Spencer in the 8. No, that's Spencer. No, he's up here.
No, I think he saved it.
But I believe that was Ryan in the 14 that went wide in turn 1. But we keep it going down the straightaway heading to turn 5. Oh, it was Tegan in the 4.
Oh, Bradley's off and almost hit the wall. Now he went wide into the gravel.
That's going to cost him some spots as they head up the hill to turn 6. Now we get to the technical part of the track. This is turn 7. And then we go downhill to a quick left-hander turn 8. And then my favorite part...
Oh yeah, one of my favorite parts as well, the carousel.
Yep, this is turn 9. And they come out of the carousel for turn 10. And to hit this is the trickiest part of the track here, the kink, coming to turn 11.
Yeah, because it's deceptively simple.
Woo! And SP's off the grass. Oh, Mike overshot it as well in second place.
And now Spencer is going to try to take that spot away.
And now we're heading to Canada Corner, turn 12. And this part's also tricky too, turn 13. Going uphill on a left-hander. And then we have the final corner here, turn 14. And they go up the long hill, up to the start-finish line.
And NSP pretty much took advantage of that first lap chaos to kind of pull away from the field here.
Yep.
Whoa! Oh, we got bad passed around.
Yeah, I saw the 10 flipping on the front stretch. But he keeps it going.
Yeah, one car, so no caution.
Right around here with Tegan in the back of the pack as he comes through turns 2.
Harris off in the grass, and that allowed JB to take second away.
And here goes Spencer trying to follow through for third. And he takes it. Harris is going to try to outbreak him though, as we ride with him in turn 5.
Now Harris is under pressure from Mike.
The key here is just to keep it on the track. If you get off the grass or the gravel trap, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, and we are only on lap 2, but now is definitely not the time to start going crazy. You just gotta, stay calm, get in a rhythm, and just keep going until you get to the stage. And sorry, I just have no idea what to say right now.
It's all good.
Because everything's just been happening all at once, pretty much.
Yep. I've heard some people can actually hold it wide open through, like blip the throttle and hold it wide open through that little kink there, and carry all that momentum down that straightaway in the Canada Corner.
Yeah, and that's what I mean about the kink being, very deceptively simple. Like, sometimes you can full throttle it down there, but if you enter in from a bad angle, then you do have to lift off, or else you'll end up in the grass hitting the wall.
Yep.
And I believe we have our first casualty of the race, and it is Bad Fast.
Yep, took it to the garage after that big flip on the front stretch.
Well, he kind of kept it on all four wheels on my end.
On my end, he was flipping. Doing cartwheels and all that. And SP continues to lead. The JB in second. And he got Spencer third, I believe. Harris fourth. And Mike running in the top five.
Yeah, NSP has really stretched that gap over JB, and I believe that's about like a 2.5 second gap.
Hancock got a little wide there in the 18 and turn 5.
And he kind of cut the corner there as well.
He's lost touch to these elite cars here. Oh, he overshot that corner bad.
And he goes wide before the Karras, though.
Yeah, he overshot that corner bad.
And I'm sure a lot of these guys cannot wait for that stage break. Not only to recollect themselves, but also to bunch each other up so that way they can get going again.
Yep, and that stage break will be coming up on lap 6.
So we're a little bit more than halfway there.
Yep, I believe we're coming to lap 4 now. Which that would help the 22 because I believe he barely made it to the next round of the playoffs last week.
Yeah, but he is below the cut line, so like any points can help. Like if he wins today, that will definitely help.
Bradley cut turn 1 bad. He was all in the grass on the entry. As it looks like Mike and Harris getting to have a battle here for 4th here, possibly. Then back behind Bradley, you got Tegan in the 4 and Ryan in the 14, and they're on little bubble too.
Yeah, Harris cut the corner there. That's going to allow Mike to catch up to his back bumper. Now we got a battle for 4th.
Mike is just waiting for the opportunity, waiting for Harris to make a mistake. Mike peeking, trying to get him on the braking. He's just
he tried.
He tried
there.
He's just showing him, let him know, hey, I'm here. They he, Bradley, and Mike went wide in the carousel there. Well, Bradley goes wide behind him.
Yeah, but he still keeps it on the track, though.
Ooh, Harris really loose out of the kink. Here comes Mike again. Inside for 4. Oh, Harris let him have it.
Now he's got it.
Oh,
and now
Harris
Bradley's gonna get it. Oh, Harris in the gravel.
I think Harris was trying to let him go, but then he got loose on the braking, and then Bradley climbed into him.
I think that might have been Harris's mistake.
Oh, Tegan's off the grass behind Harris in turn 14.
And that's going to allow Ryan to peak. But Tegan holds on. I think we are now 2 laps remaining until the stage break.
Yep, and NSP continues to lead. Put Mike up in the fourth place and Bradley up to 5th from that mistake Harris made over in turn 12.
From what I'm seeing from NSP's perspective, it looks like the gap has stabilized to around 2 seconds.
Bradley diving in underneath braking here in turn 5. These are up all the racetrack as he and Mike.
Well, we had a battle between Mike and Harris. Now we might have a battle between Brad and Mike here.
And that will be for the 4th position. Oh, Bradley went really wide there in the carousel. I think he was trying. Oh, he goes out wide on the exit too.
And I think something might have happened to Tegan because Ryan was able to get around him there and actually pulling away from him.
JB, he went wide there over turn 14.
Wide a little bit.
Yeah, they're coming to the final lap of stage 1. Oh, Bradley missed the corner. You saw in the back there. Looked like Bradley missed the corner there.
Well, that's gonna cost him a little bit.
He lost all that time to Mike. It looked like he missed his braking point.
Oh wait, I think they're
That's the end of the
down.
stage.
I think the stage might be over.
Yeah, the stage is over. I think Bradley was making a one last ditch effort to get Mike for 4th. So NSP wins the stage with JB 2nd, Spencer 3rd, Mike 4th, and Bradley running out the top 5. Then you got Harris 6th, Ryan 7th, Tegan 8th, Incog 9th, and running out of the field with a DNF, mechanical failure, Bad Fast.
Well, at least everyone in the field will get points.
Yeah. So now they'll have this long pace lap before we get back down to pit road. Six laps and the chaos has already started.
And I think there's going to be more of it as we get into the final 5th of the race here. Or the final 4/5 of the race, I should say.
Yep, gonna have 18 laps, possibly 17 when we get back to the green flag. And since this track is so big, they won't have to do as many pace laps.
Yeah, definitely, and that will definitely speed up the caution periods.
So they'll pit this time, but then after they come out pit road, they'll come back around and take the green flag.
If only it were that simple on the oval track.
Yeah. Do you expect anyone to do any strategy when they come to pit road?
Not really. I think everybody's just gonna take 4 tires and fuel, and not really try anything crazy yet. It's better to be safe than sorry at this point.
Yep. Come around the final corner, and they'll cut off here to the right just after turn 14, and go up the hill to pit road.
Evan, it looks like everybody's coming in.
Yep. First set of pit stops about to get underway here. They're just going so slow down pit road. The anticipation of these crews getting these 4 fresh tires possibly and getting a full fuel. Let's see who comes out pit road first. And it looks like it'll be the
NSP.
Yep, NSP in the 22 beats out JB in the 41 off the pit road. And it looks like JB will be second.
And Incog jumped Tegan.
Yep. Looks like Spencer was third, Mike was fourth, Bradley was fifth. Not much change in the top 5. The only change on pit road, like you mentioned, was Incog taking a spot from Bradley. I mean Tegan. So they're going to do another long pace lap, and then they'll get into the green flag and get back to the start finish line.
And just like the start of the race, since there is no visible restart zone, they will go at the line.
Yep.
Unless they designated a restart zone out of like something out in the infield or whatever. But my best guess is that they'll probably go at the start finish line because it just makes a whole lot of sense to do so at this track.
Yeah, that's what they did for the initial start. So NSP will be taking that inside lane for the restart. That'd be the best line going into turn 1 since it's a right-hander. And we saw in the initial start that JB on the outside went really wide and cost him a few spots. So do you expect something like that to happen again on this restart?
I would say so. But I'm pretty sure JB might have learned his lesson from his little escapades down in turn 1. And he'll probably take that corner a little bit more conservative when we come back around. Coming back through the little bridge and coming to the kink, turn 11. And we saw in the first lap, after the initial start, everyone was going wide in the kink. Well, yeah, now that they have gotten a few laps in, they should know like how to take that corner without going into the grass, but of course, I mean, of course, mistakes will happen, so. Come through Canada corner. And this part of the track is going to be a little tricky because you can get up on 2 wheels here, especially come through turn 13 right here. Which is something that you don't want to do. You want to keep all 4 tires on the ground. Same thing with hitting that accelerator too early, because if you hit it too soon and too hard, you'll spin right around. Coming out of turn 14 now, up the long straightaway, up the hill. Trying to ride on board here with Spencer as they take the green flag as soon as they hit the restart. And the green flag's back in the air. And we are back underway. NSP gets a great jump. It's going to be playing a little defense here going into turn 1. Here comes Spencer. Slide job. Wow, and NSP went wide. And Spencer takes the lead. Oh, Spencer's in the grass. Oh, there's a huge wreck. Oh, there's a huge one. Ryan in the 14. Incog in the 18. Oh, Mike spins the 20, sends to 22 in the turn 3. Now that's got to be a caution. Yeah, it has to be. And we got battle for the lead between Harris and Bradley. And Bradley gets the better of him.
Looks like Harris let him have it.
And keep in mind, we are using old school rules, so if the caution comes out, you race it back to the line.
And I believe they had to throw the caution for that.
Oh yeah, they definitely had to. That was a nasty hit for a lot of guys.
Mike is reeling in Harris here for seconds ahead to the carousel. You could throw a blanket underneath the top 3 guys. And SP, after all that, after that issue on the restart, he's up to 4th now.
And it looks like Tegan is battling with JB in the back there. Especially since Tegan sort of like dropped back on the restart.
Oh, Mike
And
sent it into Cannon's corner.
and he's in the gravel.
That's going to cost him a
he's
lot of
under-
spots.
And now he's under attack from NSP.
Trying to hold on to 3rd.
Now Harris went wide a little bit. And holds on to his spot.
Come back up the hill now.
And the caution is officially out.
Yep. Second caution of the race. First for incident.
Now, what was it I said about some of these guys taking that first corner conservatively?
Well, they did take conservative till out of turn 1. That's when all the chaos ensued.
Yeah.
What happened was, it looked like Spencer got loose coming out of turn 1 when he did the slide job on NSP, and then he looked like he got a little bit of the grass and then got loose and went into the tie barrier on the left hand side, then came back onto the track and collected NSP, Ryan, Incog, Tegan. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, and that's also kind of what I said about hitting that accelerator too early, and you just fishtail around.
So pit road will be open this time by, but since does 1 lap on the tires really make a difference? To an extent?
I don't really think so, especially since tires don't wear out as much on road courses as they do at other tracks, even on ×3.
What about the extra lap of fuel? Would they pit for that as well?
Well, the only thing I would expect these guys to do is to pit to repair damage if they were caught up in that incident. Definitely take some tires and fuel as well. But I will probably say that a good chunk of these guys, if not all of these guys, are going to come down pit road for some extra service.
Well, let's see when they get back to the front stretch. Was Roberto Bradley doing these this on the caution pace lap?
And I am going to switch to Incog because he has the first pit stall.
Coming to the turn 14, pit road is open now. Who's pitting? Who's staying out? Looks like majority of the field's pitting.
It looks like Mike, Tegan, and Spencer are going to stay out.
And Tegan was part of the, not Tegan, maybe Tegan, but also Spencer was also part of that wreck too. I'm surprised that Spencer's staying out. So I hand the lead over to Mike, since he led his first lap of the day.
Interesting strategy by Mike, Tegan, and Spencer. Yeah, especially Spencer, because he was the one who kind of started that big wreck off of turn 1.
Yeah.
And JV will be the first one off.
Yep, he'll restart 4th.
Oh, we got 3 wide coming out between Harris, Bradley, and NSP, and Harris got the better of both of them.
So Harris will be 5th. Bradley will be 6th. NSP will be 7th.
And Ryan will be 8th.
And
Incog
Incog
9th.
Yep. Now, I believe they'll get back up to the field in time to take this green flag. Since the leaders are in turn 6.
Going underneath the Corvette archway.
Mm-hmm. I'd say this race will probably be won by this part of the track right here, the most technical part of the track, starting from turn 5, then all the way to the carousel, and into the kink, because that's the most technical part of the track. You gotta get your car to at least handle those left and right hand turns, and not try to go off track in turn 5.
Oh, I bet.
And they are doubling up for the restart here.
And what I'm interested to see on this restart is how the damage will affect guys like Tegan and Spencer who stayed out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially Spencer.
Yeah, because it looked like he got the worst of it. Coming through Canada corner. And up until up to turn 13. Now they used a different they did restart a little earlier this time than the start finish line.
So I'm sure they found their marks on when to go.
Mm-hmm. And passing the pit lane, out of turn 14, up the hill. I'm going to take the green flag here for our 3rd restart of the race. And the green flag, oh, they're waiting, and now they're going.
We're back underway.
Bradley trying to make a move already on that outside. The 3 wide, just about.
There comes Tegan.
He sent it. Ooh.
Oh, Mike cuts down into the grass to block Spencer.
Now
Tegan's on his to block Tegan, and he's in the grass.
Yeah, Tegan was just peeking on his outside. Spencer's on the grass. Comes to turn 2.
And there goes Incog off.
JB's up to 3rd. We got a battle behind them between, looks like, Spencer and NSP as they head down to turn 5. Ooh, NSP hit the back of 12 of Harris, says makes contact with Bradley in the 88. And here goes Ryan at the 14 trying to make a move on Bradley, but Bradley cuts him off. Oh, contact again between the 22. And I believe that was Spencer in the 8 again.
I would say no love lost between those two.
Oh, NSP goes wide off of turn 8. Meanwhile, Harris and Bradley getting ready to battle again for 4th. You can't go too wide here in the kink. Someone's got to give. And it's going to be Harris.
Oh, Tegan's off in the wall. So is JB. And now Tegan in the wall again.
He's going to lose second.
JB's going to capitalize.
He's going to lose second. Oh, Ryan hit the back of Bradley. Bradley sliding. Oh, they're both in the gravel.
And now they're both off.
Looks like Ryan missed his breaking point and hit the back of the 88 of Bradley.
And now JB's in the grass.
Oh, Harris is in the grass too.
And all the while, Mike is just pulling away. And what a great job by Mike on that restart, defending for his life from Tegan and Spencer there.
Yeah, I thought Mike was gonna push Tegan out into the grass there in zone 1. Because he was hanging on. Yeah, he was hanging on the left rear. Back up front, Mike is pulling away. He's got a middle full of that well, he does have a middle full, but he's just a faint red dot in that 41 car, JB.
Well, something happened to Harris because Spencer took the spot away from him, and now NSP is going to try to get him.
Which he does, I believe. And he will. Ryan's going to try to make a move too.
And now NSP is going to try to make a move on Spencer, who gets in the grass there.
That is for 4th.
Now Harrison in the grass.
Ooh,
now Ryan's going to capitalize.
Bradley gets by Tegan. That's for 3rd. Tegan goes a little wide. He's got loose off the carousel.
There goes Spencer. And there goes NSP.
Oh, that's tight. Oof, what a dogfight.
And we're not even halfway through yet.
Oh, Incog is loose off of turn 13.
And we got Ryan peeking on Tegan. Tegan holds on to it.
Meanwhile, it looks like the gap is starting to close a little bit between the 9 and the 41. This is JB's house. He wants to prove that he's one of the best, especially here in World America. But I think that wet dot's getting bigger in that mirror of Mike's. Well, Mike looked like he caught that corner a little bit in turn 5.
I mean, Mike is trying everything he can to hold on to the lead.
Yeah, I don't
Thankfully, corner cutting penalties aren't as stingy at this place, apart from like the Indy Road Course, which is just absolutely terrible when it comes to corner cutting.
Ooh, JB a little wide. He's okay. Got a battle in the back here with Harris in the 12, Ryan in the 14 in the carousel. Looks like Ryan will get the spot.
And he will.
But Harris got the 1 out of the corner. But he's going to stay here. It's behind the 14.
Now he's going to try to go back after Tegan.
Yeah, you do not want to go too wide there in the kink. There's hardly any room for 2 cars side by side.
I mean, it's hard enough just for 1.
He is closing in on Tegan. This is a battle, I believe, for 6th.
Oh, Tegan went off a little bit. That's going to allow Ryan to close in.
But Tegan's going to protect on the bottom. He's going to let him have the outside here. Battle for 6th. There's a door down the front stretch, and then going to turn 1.
And it looks like Ryan will clear him. Oh, but
Nope.
here comes Tegan.
Not yet.
Still side by side.
Oh, Wyatt's sitting hard into turn 3.
And now he clears him.
But that allowed Harrison the 12 to get caught up as well. Hancock in the 18 sitting over in Canada corner. Look like he parked it. Look like he's done for the night. And JB continues to close in on Mike for the
Ryan
lead.
went off. That's going to allow both Tegan and Harris to pass him.
Looks like we're gonna have to work on the 12 and the 4 all over again. Meanwhile, back up front, JB is wheeling in that blue number 9. Oh, JB got through the kink so much better than Mike. He's able to carry momentum down the straightaway.
Looks like we got a battle for the lead here, guys.
That's right, on board here with JB's. He tries to set up his pass here for the lead. Oh, he nailed turn 13.
And I'm with Mike looking back at JB.
Oh, they both went wide on turn 14. Got some bumps there coming up the hill. Don't think that would play a factor, but you never know. They're going at least 190 miles an hour flying down near the turn 1.
Well, JB went wide a little bit, but he's still hanging on.
He dove it in the corner harder there in turn 3, but Mike is able to carry the momentum off the corner. And he's trying to break the draft. Oh, he's sitting in the turn 5.
Oh, he's right there.
And he's stuck. He gained like at least 3 or 4 car lengths right there.
Oh, I think Spencer went off in the back there. Carried a little too much speed, and he just ended up in the gravel.
He keeps it going. But JP continues to drive it hard into these corners. Mike protecting that bottom. Dumping that dirty air on that 41 car, but it didn't help. It didn't hurt him on the exit.
Here comes the kink.
Both got through both cleanly. Oh, JB went wide.
Oh, Mike went wide. NSP went wide. Bradley went wide.
Oh, Mike missed the corner, turn 14.
Here comes JB. He's there. Oh, I think he might try to make a move on Mike going into 1.
They're both even coming down this front stretch. Looks like the 41's pulling a little bit. He's gonna peak. You let him know, hey, I'm here. Oh, he got a great one out of turn 1.
But Mike was able to break later than JB.
Oh, JB got loose there in turn 3. And out of the corner. He's gonna peak again.
Gonna try sizing him up here.
Cut
JB
that corner.
cutting that corner there. Mike's still able to hang on though.
Mike looked like he got wheel hopped a little in the middle of the corner. Oh, Mike got loose.
Oh, there he goes. JB's got it.
Clear to the lead.
But now Mike's gonna try to come back on him.
Put the crossover.
A little too far back for that.
And JB nailed the kink. And you got NSP in third looking as well, with Bradley in fourth.
Oh, but Mike tried sending it in there.
Yep.
It didn't really work out. Oh, Mike in the wall.
Oh, yeah. He keeps it going.
Now NSP is going to try to take back the lead.
The winner of stage one. And Bradley's pitting. So is Mike.
Mike is pitting.
The green flag pit stop's about to start here. Meanwhile, this battle between Tegan, Wine, and Harris is still going on. This would be for fourth on the track. Or third on the track, excuse me.
Oh, but NSP is on the back of JB.
He's there. Spot on board with NSP trying to make the move.
He might try to make the same move JB made on Mike going into turn 5.
Oh, he went wide.
Fair cut.
Oh, JB got loose.
JB in the wall.
He got loose coming out of turn 5. And then NSP just had nowhere to go. Using up all them Goodyear Eagles. And JB's gonna fall back to second now. As this battle for third, he's woes on. Ortega went wide.
Now Harris gave Ryan a bump. Oh, Ryan's going wide.
He's in the grass. He lost the spot. Put the 14 back to 5th. Oh, Wine's in the wall. Looked like he came out of the kink and just went straight and collided right side first in that wall. Gonna have a ton of white side damage in that 14 car.
I'm sure he does.
Ortega got loose out of turn 14 as he looks like he's trying to pit.
And he is.
That's gonna cost him some time. And JB's on pit road as well.
So is NSP.
Yep. Which gives the lead back to Mike. Oh, excuse me, Mike was already on pit road, so I believe Harris is the new leader.
Of course, Harris is still yet to pit.
Yep. And Ryan will be second, and I believe Spencer will be third.
I'm sure JB has quite a bit of damage to repair on his machine.
Oh, Harris took a wide entry there in turn 5. Got his white side tires on the curb. And cutting that corner in turn 6.
Ryan goes wide.
Wide on board here with Harris. Watching his view going through the carousel. Now I believe Harris and Ryan both pitted underneath that caution, so they have an extra lap of fuel. But they should probably pit. I believe they'll be pitting this time.
Well, I believe so too.
Oh, Ryan sending in the turn 12 on car number 12.
And they are coming in.
Yep.
Both Harris and Ryan.
And Harris lost so much time to Ryan there. Good job on the 14. I'm making up that time. Yeah, I believe Spencer is the only car that has yet to pit. Oh, we got loose there going into turn 13.
Everybody hangs on to it though.
Well, he stays out, so I believe he's already made his stop. Because he would have had to pit with the 22 and the 14, not the 22, the 12 and the 14.
Well, looks like the 14 jumped Harris on pit road.
Oh, Spencer goes wide in the grass. And that shows you, just gaining on entry on pit road for Ryan. That gains him so much time on Harris.
Now Ryan's right on the back of Spencer.
As pit stops cycle through, NSP, I believe, is back in front. With, I believe, Bradley in second. JB, it looked like you lost a lot of time there. So Mike is third.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe Ryan is fourth, Spencer fifth, and then Harris sixth, Tegan seventh. And I believe JB is in eighth.
And I will be back to confirm that information.
Hi. Great one for NSP. Came in his race below the cutoff line to make it to the, I believe, the round of 6. Excuse me, that would be the championship 4 actually, because this is the final round, I believe, before the finals. Nope, this is
And I can confirm NSP is the leader.
Okay. And this is actually starts at the second round of the playoffs, so he would punch his ticket to the round of 6 if he was able to win today, since he ended up below the cutoff line. I feel bad for JB though, because he was up front, fighting for the lead, and then all of a sudden he's back here in 8th.
Yeah, that's got to be disheartening for him, especially at his home track.
But he's trying to hang in there with his Colin O'Tegan for 7th.
But what he needs is a caution, which I don't know if he'll get because everybody's spread out. Well, except for JB and Tegan.
Oh, he missed turn 8. He missed turn 8 right there. And also you had Bradley and Mike, 2nd and 3rd. Tegan went a little wide. He's loose off the carousel. It's got the 41 take advantage for 7th. And he'll take it.
We got Spencer on the back of Ryan here.
Ortega went wide there and turned 14 again. He keeps it going. And this battle between Ryan and Spencer, I believe, would be for 4th place.
Harris went wide in turn 1 back there.
Yep. He lost a lot of time. Yeah, he was in touch with these two, the 14 and the 8. And it looks like Mike is closing in on Bradley for 2nd. These two had a little one in a Dover. He was right on board here with Spencer. So he tried to set up this pass here to get in the number 4 position.
He's there.
Spencer said he loves the road courses and short tracks. That was his specialty. He got it right up to the back bump of that 14 car.
I think he gave him a tap.
He took a wider entry to get some clean air on that, what's left of that nose.
I think he may have overdrove it a little bit there.
He let off the gas there in the middle of the straightaway. So, oh, contact!
Oh.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, Spencer's gonna try to size him up.
Oh, Ryan got loose.
Ryan got loose.
He got in the grass. Oh, he came right back up on the track in front of Harris. He about did. And that cost him 2 positions. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd is starting to heat up a little bit. I don't know. Back to Spencer and Ryan. They had a one in at Dover a couple weeks ago, where Spencer almost came up right in front of Ryan and brought out a caution late in that race doing pit stops. So I don't know if that little hit on the back of the 14 might have messed Ryan up, going through turn 13, getting him loose. I don't know what, but that did not help Ryan at all.
A little payback, perhaps?
No, because I think Ryan would have been given the payback.
Speaking of Ryan, he's working on JB. It looks like he might have gotten loose there.
Mike really cut that corner there in zone 8 as Bradley went really wide in the fight for 2nd. Oh, Bradley slipped up. Mike's there. Oh, Bradley got through the king so much better than Mike there.
Yeah, I was about to say, he got a better run for there. Yeah, but Mike's gonna try to come back on him. Oh, Bradley in the grass a little bit.
So was
both
Mike.
in the grass a little bit.
Oh, Mike overdrove turn 14. Tegan went a little wide there in turn 14. Trying to get the draft off the 14 any little bit he could. And JB set sail from Ryan. He got by Tegan. That was a mistake. He went off, I believe it's the carousel. And I think Ryan let him have the other spot. But Ryan messed up turn 1 there. Lost Tegan to get back up to him. And Ryan let him have the spot.
and away he goes.
Yeah, I think Ryan is trying to save his stuff or just waiting for the next pit stop.
He might be. All the while, NSP has a huge lead over Bradley.
Yeah, as long as NSP doesn't make a mistake, he's on to the round of 6. But I believe he's still got one more pit stop to make, too.
Yep, we're coming up on that money stop.
Yeah, he's got a big lead because Bradley's coming through turn 14 now. NSP's at the start-finish line.
That's got to be at least, I would say, 7 or so seconds.
Well, looking down a front stretch into turn 1, NSP was going through turn 1 and Bradley was just coming up the hill.
It was a bit of a rough estimation.
Wasn't rough in my view. But as long as NSP doesn't make a mistake, he can probably cruise to probably his last pit stop. And
well, Harris went wide trying to go after JB.
oh, Wyan's in the grass around in turn 14. Looks like he's gonna break it down pit road. Look like Ryan must have spun out on his own.
A rough go at it for the Stewart-Haas cars today.
Unless there isn't a caution, that's probably gonna be a damper on an end to Ryan's day. Meanwhile,
It looks like Incog's back on track.
Yep.
Of course, he will not be a factor.
He has multiple laps down. But JB, being the bright star of the group, of the SHR group.
Oh, Bradley got sideways entering Canada corner. But it's not going to affect him too much as he has a pretty big lead over Mike.
Meanwhile, JB has started to wheel in his next foe, which I believe is the Ada Spencer. That would be for 4th.
Still got a little bit of ground to make up in that fight.
And right in front of them is Mike in the 9. He's not too far up the road either. And I believe the caution is out.
Maybe because everybody's so spread out.
Oh, Ryan! Just missed the NSP in the 22.
It was trying to get his lap back.
And he went in the gravel trap. That caution is not what NSP wanted.
I'm sure that caution couldn't have come at a better time for guys like Brad and Mike and Spencer and the rest of the field.
Pretty much
allow them to get them bunched back up and try and go at it again.
Pretty much if you're everyone except NSP.
Exactly.
Basically.
Especially JB, because he's probably going to be driving like a man on a mission ever since the contact between him and NSP.
And he was coming too. He was catching Spencer for 4th, and Mike was just up the road for 3rd. And the NSP has such a big lead that the field can't get up to him. Well, maybe the race is over. I think the race might be over.
I'm trying to get that info now.
Yeah, I think the race is over because everyone's just cruising around the track. So I believe NSP is the winner. Yeah, the race is over.
Yeah. Well, what a run by NSP.
I believe that's his first career win, if I believe, because I believe he made it into the playoffs only on points.
Now he has locked himself into the next round.
Yep. So NSP wins. Bradley was second, Mike third, Spencer fourth, JB fifth, and then Harris sixth, Tegan seventh. I believe Ryan was eighth, Incog was ninth, and Kamal and Bad Fast runs out the field. So let's get the race winner in here, being NSP. As I believe this is his first career win.
And it was a big first win too. Starting on pole, pretty much dominated the first and second half of the race.
Yeah. And that restart, I believe, was all the difference on that final restart, when everyone went wide and he was able to get the track position.
Yeah, we were just so invested in the race. We didn't know the race ended.
Yeah, I was like, I think they threw the caution. And then
That's what I thought also.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, if they threw the caution, then Bradley would be right up on NSP. Then I see everyone cruising around the same speed. I was like, maybe the race is over. And it was.
If only we had that information in game, in spectator mode.
Alright. Alrighty. And there's NSP, how are you? That's good, I'm glad to hear. Congratulations on your win. You're on to the next round, I believe.
That's good.
Well, whether I believe you're into the next round, I'm pretty sure I believe that's how the rules are. But now that was your first career win, correct?
Yes, it is.
Congratulations on that.
I appreciate it.
Now, it was a very short race, but there was still a lot of action. So, take us through take us through. I believe it was the initial start, where you start on the pole, and then you saw. I think JB went wide there going into turn one.
I mean, the start was good. Everybody was clean. First part, and everybody kind of spread out. There was a couple of there was a little bit of stuff that happened in the back of the pack, but not a lot happened. And then the stage came, and everybody got bunched up. By the time that restarted, then everybody kind of sent it into turn one, and everybody started wrecking, crashing, or whatever. But we got to sort it out.
Now, I believe you were on that second and final restart after the stage. Not final one. I think it was the second restart. I believe you were in the thick of it, like in the mess that happened coming out of turn one on the restart. Take us through that and trying to get through that wreck.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I know that there was a few people that kind of were just trying to get some more positions, and I bombed a little too much. And they got like half the field crashed or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. Me and JB were the ones that wanted to stay up front until that happened, and we were able to work through the field or whatever after we punched back up, got it restarted again. But it was a little work had to be put in, but not much. It was fun, kind of working through the field or whatever. But fun race.
So, after Road America, the next race we go to is Richmond, which is a classic old short track. So, how do you feel about Richmond next week?
I don't like it, which is why I'm glad I won Road America. I'm glad I can move on and not have to worry about that wretched racetrack. But you know, it's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna dominate. But I'm glad that I don't have to be a part of any playoff drama anymore. Hopefully.
Well, Kylo, got any questions for him?
No, I think you hit the nail right on the head.
Well, congratulations, NSP, on your first career win, and you also make the banners for our Discord. So I think you'll be happy that you get to make your own banner for a change this time.
It'd be weird to at myself in the chat, but you know, it's cool.
Yeah, but you deserve it.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate y'all's congrats and everything. Like, yeah. Thank y'all for broadcasting too, by the way.
Oh, yes, sir. No problem.
Well, I'm not really racing on Sundays anymore, so of course I do have a little bit more time to do these broadcasts, even though this is my first one.
Well, congratulations on your win, NSP, and good luck just cruising around Richmond.
Appreciate it. So, see y'all.
See ya. Hi, let's get the second place finisher in here, being Bradley. He's always been one of the more consistent drivers on road courses, because he always finds his way up front no matter what road course it is.
He's always up front no matter what track in general.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's Bradley. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Now, you come home with a second place finish, which after last week's race in Michigan with blowing the tire, probably could be a little bit better about that. But since you have such a massive point gap over the cutoff line, it kind of doesn't matter. But sum up your race, because you had a good battle there with Mike there late at the end for second place. Did you have anything you could try left and try and get to the 22?
No. JB in that 22 was by far the class of the field. They were a second and a half to 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field. I gave it my all to come home with the second place. I was expecting a third or a fourth. If I come home second, I'll take that. And earlier this year at Richmond, which is next week, I finished second. So I think if I can have another good run there, I can pretty much lock myself into the next round next week and not have to worry about that final race again like last round at Michigan.
Now, speaking of Richmond, you brought up finishing second there earlier this year. Would you take anything that you learned there in the spring and then apply it to next week's race?
Yeah, let's not get stuck behind slow cars this time, because once I got past all the slower cars, I stayed even with JB, and there was just no catching him. Even by if I were short pit, there was no way I was catching him. But I feel like if I can run like I did there earlier this year and not get held up behind slower cars, I may have a shot at JB this time.
Kyle, you got any questions for him?
Nope, I think you said it perfectly.
Well, congratulations, Bradley, on your one-up finish, and good luck next week at Richmond.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alright, now let's get our third place finisher in here, Mike. He had a somewhat of a quiet day coming home with the third place finish, but I think he could have had a little. I think he wanted a little more there at the end.
Yeah, especially since he was leading on the first restart after the stage break, or at least after that big caution after the stage break.
Mm-hmm. And there's Mike. How are you?
Doing pretty okay. How about you guys?
We're doing good. Now you come home third, which is not only on the podium but a good points day overall. And you were you were like a little under the radar. You were a little quiet. You did dominate the second half of the race before pit stops, and you like I said, you were quiet. You showed your moments, speed wise. You were up there battling for the front. Did you have anything that you could have had to get by Bradley and NSP there at the end?
No. The 22 was their class of the field. It was a really impressive win from him. So congratulations to him. The 41 was right there with him, and I think Bradley and I were pretty close. I think Bradley and I were really even. He just got me later in the run a little bit. But yeah, I definitely didn't have anything for the 22. I mean, I thought my laps were good, but he was about a second and a half faster than me consistently. So yeah, not really much I can do about that. But congratulations to him, and for this round to come away with I think fourth on the stage and then P3, I think is a good result overall.
And we saw you had a little moment coming out of Canada corner there. Look how you got loose and hit the inside wall before you hit up to turn 13, cost you a couple spots. So what happened there?
Yeah, just once the tires went late in the run for me, my car completely was out of control. And that actually happened on I spun on the last lap. Third. But yeah, it was the same thing. It just couldn't push as hard as I was earlier in the run, and I was trying to, and that's really where the mistake came in.
Now, I believe on the second restart, I believe you were ahead of it, but maybe you actually no, you're probably right in the middle of it, but you were able to skate through it. But Spencer getting in the grass, going into the tie barrier, going into turn one. Take us through that moment, what you saw from your perspective.
I didn't know he went to the tire barrier, so is that the one where it was like basically the entire field wrecked, like at the
Yes.
41?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really see what happened to Spencer. I know the 88 got in there a little hot, and that's kind of what precipitated that whole thing. I didn't see Spencer going to the tire barrier though, but that actually I got through there relatively clean. I think I came to that caution third and then stayed out and got the lead. But yeah, I didn't really see what happened, so I can't give you a good picture of it. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy restart, and I was happy I was able to get out of there clean.
And now we're heading to Richmond next week, where your team on Bradley came on with second place finish behind JB. So, could y'all take any notes from the spring race and apply it to next week's race?
Yeah, for sure. I think that we'll see the guys that are pretty fast at these type of tracks be fast. So that's another one of JB's playground. So I think he'll do really well. Bradley always puts himself in contention there. If Spencer could keep his cool, he's going to be pretty good there. He just struggled a little bit on the long run, I think. And then I think I should maybe, because I finished 5th there earlier on in the year, and I think that's probably around where I think I should be. But we'll see. It's definitely a track that I'm going to work through this week. Lean on Bradley a little bit to see what I've got. Just because I think that I can make gains there, because it's pretty similar to Iowa in some ways, which is a track that I'm really good at. So I think it's just about putting stuff together for me, because I really haven't there before. That's never been a strong track for me. So it'll really just be about putting together a good race and finding the pace that I think I lacked there in the spring. It wasn't bad, but I definitely wasn't able to keep up with the top guys. So just going to look to find that and just try to come away from next week with a decent points cushion over the cut line heading into Talladega, where anything can happen.
Darth Keller, got any questions for him?
No, sir. I think you said it well.
Well, congratulations, Mike, on your 3rd place finish, and good luck next week at Richmond.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Have a good night, guys.
You too. Alright, now let's see if we can get Spencer in here, who finished 4th. He kind of, well, he was the one that caused the caution, going into turn 1 like we mentioned earlier. But, besides that, I think he had that little moment with Ryan coming up to the Canada corner, and got Ryan loose in turn 13, and besides that, he kept his nose clean for the most part, coming home with a top 5 finish.
And that was a decent result for him.
Let's see if we get Spencer in here real quick. But besides that little issue, like coming off of turn 4. Not turn 4, turn 1, that big wreck. He showed some speed. He looked like he had top 5 speed. And he was able to hang in with JB, JB a little bit towards the end. And he was catching bikes there as well at the end for 3rd, so overall he had a really good one.
Yeah, he may have just forced the issue a little too much there, which brought out that yellow.
Yeah, it looked like to me it looked like he went really wide to turn 1, like he overdrove the load out of the corner. And he got in the grass and then hit the tire barrier and then came back up on the track and basically wrecked half the field. Spencer was so anxious and excited to get to do this interview, and now we're ready for him. He don't want to show up. Alright, so we're gonna come back to Spencer. We'll try to get Spencer in here after we try to get JB in here. We finished 5th. JB had, I believe, the second best car, maybe the best car tonight, but he just couldn't. I believe that wreck really took a piece out of his run, and he still managed to get home with the top 5. Oh, never mind, there's Spencer. How you doing, Spencer?
Hello. I'm good.
That's good. Glad to hear. Now you come home with a 4th place finish, which that's not a bad result on a road course.
No, it's not.
But take us to that restart there. Coming off of turn 1, I believe it was at the as soon as we started the final stage. It looked like you went really wide on turn 1 and caused a big pile.
I did. I was like, oh crap. And then I'm just glad I didn't wreck anyone else, including the 22. And I took the blame for that one for dive bombing it. But then we had a caution.
Yeah, because of what happened.
Yeah, I was just trying to survive. I didn't have anything for JB or NSP because I just wanted to survive until the end. And then there was one time where I almost wrecked myself, and then those closing last, me and Ryan worked together, but then he must have had tire trouble.
Yeah, from what we saw on our end, looked like you hit the back of the Ryan going to the Canada corner, and then he got loose right in front of you. So what happened there?
It was, I didn't really hit him. I never touched him. He just got loose on his own. Because I think he didn't take any tires. I could be wrong.
But after all of that, you come home with a 4th place finish, and next week we're going to Richmond. So how do you feel about that race next week?
I like Richmond. I remember last season, I got the pole and led all 50 laps and won the stage. But there's one person I don't want to mess with at that track.
And who is it?
JB. He's gonna drive like a menace on that track because he's not really happy.
Why would you say that?
He would have one more lap. He would have passed me for 4th.
Yeah, we saw the 41 coming on strong though at the end. Kylo, got any questions for him?
No, sir.
I'll take it. That's my 3rd best finish this year on a road course because I finished 2nd at Sonoma and then Canadian Tire. And then so on.
Well, congratulations on your 4th place finish, and good luck next week at Richmond.
Congrats to NSP, well deserved. You can see what got the pole and won the stage.
See you next week, Spencer.
See ya.
Alright, let's get our 5th place finisher in here, being JB, like he mentioned, and then we'll call it a stream. And then JB, like I mentioned, he had the 2nd best car, maybe the best car, and just got caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. I believe that wreck and the end of stage 2, like this one that Spencer was involved in, I believe that was the nail that ended his race pretty much. So we're gonna go ahead and get JB in here. See if we'll try to get him in here. But yeah, what are your thoughts on how JB's race went?
Well, just like you said, he had the 2nd best car in the field, if not the best car in the field, and he just caught up in an incident that he couldn't really recover from.
It looked like if he had about maybe 2-3 more laps, then he probably would have gone up to 3rd.
Still, a top 5 for JB is a very good result.
Yeah. Especially coming off of the win from Michigan last week.
And of course, he didn't really have to worry about playoff drama either, since, of course, he did win Michigan and he was already on to the next round.
And he didn't have to worry about, he doesn't, let me look at the schedule real quick. Michigan was the end of last round, so... So this is the start of the new round.
And that just goes to show how much I have not been following the Cup Series ever since the 600.
But still, though, I believe he has enough points. If nothing goes wrong for him at Richmond or Talladega, that he should be at least going to the round of 6.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the points right now, and he is about 6 points over 4th place, which is Mike. So I would say he has a good enough bumper to make it in on points.
And he did win the spring race earlier this year at Richmond, so he could sweep the weekend and won't have to worry about points. Nor the wild card being Talladega. But
Talladega is definitely going to be that wild card race where anybody can win that.
Yeah. And it looks like we won't be able to get JB in here for 5th place. Coming up with our top 5 finishers. So, Kylo, what are your final thoughts on tonight's race?
Well, I will say, you know, it was a pretty exciting race, but of course, when all the dust settled, we saw who the fast guys were, and it was definitely NSP and JB. But with NSP easily being the class of the field. And then a well-deserved victory for him.
Yep. And he doesn't have to worry about Richmond or Talladega the next 2 weeks. So that is going to be it for us, y'all. Checker Flag Racing League. Thank y'all for coming out to the stream, watching Road America. Next week is Richmond. We'll try to get a broadcast up for that race. Talladega is still a little questionable because I'm thinking about making my return behind the wheel for that race. Still a little up in the air about Talladega though. But we'll try to get do Richmond next week as well. So hopefully y'all come hang out with that stream with us. And thank you, Kylo, for joining me tonight on the stream.
Been a pleasure.
That's going to do it for us, the Checker Flag Racing League. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share the stream to all your friends, family, whoever is watching tonight. Make sure you ring the little bell so you get notified whenever the podcast goes live for this week. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all.